Okay, good evening, everybody. It's so nice to see you all here this evening and taking the time. I said it before and I'll say it again and I will keep on saying it. It's really important that you take that time for you and your business whenever we have these training, because, like I say, it is for you and it'll help us all grow. So we're going to try and pick up where we left off last week. I'm not going to keep you any longer because we've got quite a lot to cover. But we're going to pick up where we left off last week, although, as like I say, pick up where we left off. We're going to start the whole thing again. But we have got Katie Thompson on the call with us tonight. For those of you that don't know, Katie is my sponsor, but she's also our exclusive Black Status Level 1. So she is the top of our tree. Katie got to Black Status Level 1, I think it was last February, if I remember rightly. I remember skipping, jumping. Just was it your birthday? You did it.
March 1st is my birthday, but I always do my things before.
So Katie did it last year. I'm really, really proud of her. Katie she's not just my sponsor, she's actually now my friend. I have been fortunate we've met on more than one occasion, and it's just been ace. So I'm going to switch off my Facebook right now because I'm getting lots of messages coming through. And Katie, at the end of November, the Wall of Influence. So yet again, I'm truly proud of her. I'm truly proud that I can call her my friend, and I'm going to hand you over to her right now. I'm going to mute myself. If you need me in at any time, Katie, I can hear, so I'll jump on. All right?
Okay. I just saw on mine, it said that some people are not on yet. How many are you showing active or live?
Hold on, I've got I'm on. Let me just jump into the group, see, because I don't want to leave anybody out. Yeah. I have no idea what's going on. Sit tight. Says I'm too late to join. Have you?
I think there's 4 on that I can see.
Let me try.
4, 5.
See, link. Posted. Right, that's Sam. Sam, right, okay, so she hasn't tried the new link. Okay, well, just sit tight, everyone. I'm just going to hang on. Can you just type in the chat box for me if you can see, or both Katie, no, yeah, everyone's, I'm in, but a lot of people aren't yet. Okay, cool. Okay, we'll hang in here then and just wait a little more.
Give it a couple more minutes.
Ourselves. Yeah, it won't hurt to hang on. I'd rather it all got on rather than we'll miss it. Thanks, Emma, for that. We'll give it a few more minutes. Technology sucks at times. It's just ridiculous. This just seems to be happening way too often. I'm going to have to.
Technology and I are not get along anyway.
It's just sometimes you just think. Okay, great. Cool. So she's just found that. Oh, she's in. Okay, good. Emma, do you know if anybody else? I know you can't. You can probably hear me. Anybody else off your team, your company, waiting to jump on? Okay, Ray's in. Good evening, Ray. Good evening, Eleanor. Evening, Claire. Evening, Christine, Laura, Emma. Sam's in. Good evening, Sam. Oh, hang on. Good evening, Laura. Good evening, Sarah. Okay, Sarah, we'll just hang on a couple of minutes because I know this. It's some of you girls might be trying to get on, so I don't want them to miss it. Hi, Sam. Okay, we'll just give it another minute or so, Sarah, for your team. You just said you posted it into your group, so we'll give them a few minutes just in case. Okay, for years, those of you just jumped on, I've introduced Katie. For those of you that don't know her, that weren't here last week and haven't been on a call yet with Katie, Katie is my sponsor. She is also our exclusive Black Status Level 1. She Black Status Level 1 last February, and then at the end of November this year, November to remember, she hit the wall of influence. So I remember last year when Katie would post that one day she was going to be a mascara millionaire, and here she is. So I'm super proud of you. I do feel that you're not just my sponsor, you're my friend. So I am really grateful for the time that you take, because I know you're very busy, to jump on this call with us and get really excited for 2016. So we can get started, and hang on, toddlers conspiring against my team, I'm afraid, will feedback. Okay, so it is going to be recorded, so I will send out the link at the end of the call, so tell them not to worry and not to stress, there's no need, and they will get access to the call. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead. Hope technology is on our side. Well, no, I'm not going to say hope. Technology is on our side. We are going to get to the end of the call tonight without being disconnected and booted off. So we won't waste any more time, and I'll hand over to you, Katie. Thank you.
Hi guys, thank you for getting on again. And like Jenny says, I do not get along with technology myself, so I completely understand issues with the World Wide Web. So I'm just going to start, I guess, over from where I left off last week, and it was basically talking about how we launch our business when we sign up for Unique, and how I start off a new presenter that I have started with the business. So my biggest, let me just kind of close a couple windows here. One of my biggest things when I sign up a new presenter is getting in front of them, or setting up a one-on-one meeting, or setting up a phone call where I am on the phone with them within 24 hours of them signing up. Typically, it's within a couple hours. If I see an email come out, I will send them a message, ask them when a great time to speak is, and then I basically welcome them to the team. I want to get to know them. I want to know why they joined the business. I am a firm believer that when you join this business, you join for a reason. You join for something, whether it's personal, whether you just want to start a sisterhood, or you wanted to make some new friends, whether it's to make more money. Typically, there is a reason why you've joined, or why somebody has joined a company. And if you don't have a why, I suggest finding one, really taking some time, quiet time, and just really thinking about what would help you with this business. Where could you take this business? Where do you want to take this business? Help them see the vision. So my biggest thing when you sign somebody is getting to know them and then finding their why. I'm not going to get into my why. I know some of you have heard it, some of you have not. We can do another call on another day. But typically, your why is something that's not going to allow you to quit. You are going to have a very defining why on why you joined this business, why you want to make extra money, why have a purpose for this business. Mine was for my kids. I have a special needs daughter, so I had a really definitive why on why I needed to make this business work for me. And so knowing that, my why was big enough to where no matter how many no's I got in the business, when I would approach people, my why was so great that nothing was going to stop me. I actually would look for no's, because the more no's you get, the closer you're going to get to to a yes. And obviously not everybody knows network marketing. Not everybody wants to be in network marketing, but the more people that you get in front of, the more people are going to start watching your journey. And again, if your why is so huge that nothing's going to stop you until you get there, I think that's really important for when you do hit the walls or you hit that negative force, because sometimes if your why is so big that nothing can stand in your way, you'll find your way around something. If you have, a stone wall and you need to get to the other side, you'll do anything to get over that and find your freedom and find what's going to help you change your life or your family's life. And I always try to tell people is listen to them. I don't always talk about my journey or my why. I let them get to know me. I know that when I started the business, a lot of people in my company didn't even know about my life. I never made the business about me because I was listening to what my presenters coming on board needed. And I was so focused on helping them get to their why or get to where their goals were, that they never asked. Like, I never told them because I didn't have time. So when you're making this business about helping those people that you're bringing in and really understanding what could make their life better, what could make their life easier, and you keep a journal, just a notebook of things when you're talking with them, jotting down, what their goals are, so that way you can go back and check weekly, where their numbers are lying, if they're actually approaching their goals, if they're needing help getting their goals. Gives you an opening conversation when you are checking back in with them. If it's to help pay for dance classes for Susie, how is dance class coming for little Susie? So like if the mom or whoever is signing up hasn't actually done anything with their business, it's kind of putting a little bit of guilt back onto them of reminding them about their why without just saying, well, you said this is why you started, you're not doing that. So it's just kind of like asking what they said they wanted to do with the business or how they wanted to, why they were working their business. It's kind of just like a constant reminder. So getting to know your presenters, what they need, finding their why. I think that's really, really important. And I think a lot of people in the beginning do it to just sign up. Maybe they want the kit. Maybe they want to earn an extra $200 a month or $500 a month. I signed up for $500 a month. And once I got my kit and I started to realize where this company could take me, I was taught to dream bigger. I was taught that, to have a different vision. One thing that I think is important is understanding that your vision, my vision, may not be the same thing as somebody who's going to sign up tomorrow, because it is unfathomable to me that I'm a wall of influence earner. That's not why I signed up to do this business. I signed up for $500 a month. So your vision and somebody that you're signing up's vision are going to be two completely different things, because they're signing up for that little bit in the beginning. Yes, dreaming to be bigger, but they're starting off small, just where we all started off. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Don't tell somebody, oh, if you go black, you're going to make all this money, and stuff like that, because, what does the black even mean? What does going black status even mean? They need to start off, when I start somebody, once I get to know their why, great place to start. You remind them of why they're starting. And then I just let people know, without overwhelming them, that it's $1,000 a month, or to sell $1,000. Try to sell $1,000 in PRS in your first month, because that'll take you from white status to yellow status. And once you hit yellow status, you earn 25% commission versus 20 when you first start. So that's exciting, because once you go yellow and you're starting to recruit people, then you can go pink. And then when you start going pink, then you can start earning royalties on your company. However, when I start somebody, I could fill them in on the entire comp plan. But again, I keep it simple because I want to, number one, see if these people are going to work. If I'm putting the time into them, I expect them to go back and do the work. I'm telling them that they need to sell $1,000 in PRS, lifetime PRS, when they first start. Therefore, they can start earning some money because we get paid every 3 hours. Once somebody starts to see that money come in, it becomes exciting. You know, you tell them to share their opportunity. You're teaching them how to brand on Facebook. You know, just shirts like this. I don't even know what this one says on the back. It has something about unique. They sell the best makeup in the world or something. So like branding yourself and teaching them how to do that and how to help them get that first $1,000 and to be proud of what they're doing. Not to hide, not to sign up and be a closet uniquer. If you want to be a closet uniquer, then you're never going to go anywhere. You have to be proud of what you're doing, and really try to get out there and get those sales within your first month, so that way you don't lose your own motivation. You want to stay in contact with your sponsor. As a sponsor, it's up to you to check in with that presenter. If they don't respond, you move on. You don't drive. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So if somebody's non-responsive, you know what? Then you have a dead one, and we all have that. Everybody that signs up in this business does not stay, so that's nothing that you take personal. However, they were active for 3 months. They're still watching you. You can still go back and be their friend, because once you make that relationship personable, they're going to understand that you care about them as a person, not just a business partner. You want to get to know their life, get to know about their kids' lives. You know, just make it a personal relationship, because once you invest somebody personally, they're more apt to stay with you business-wise. They're not going to chase the next shiny object that comes down the road, and you're going to build that trust in each other. So get to know your why. Teach them about the $1,000 in PRS within your first month. I teach them about Fast Start, which is $2,000 in PRS in 90 days and signing 3 presenters. The presenters do not have to be active. We all know that an active presenter is $125 in PRS. So you do not have to go much further than Fast Start. And I don't go further than Fast Start, because if I was teaching somebody, okay, to go blue, you need to have 2 presenters that are active. Okay, they don't even really know what an active presenter is. Selling $4,000 in company sales is super overwhelming when you're telling somebody who has no team. So I like to keep it personal goals in the beginning when they're first starting, because that way people don't get overwhelmed. And another thing to think about is friends that are buying your makeup. Even if they buy the kit just to sign up, I think it's about 69 pounds in the UK to sign up. It's $99 here in the US. So even like one of my daughter's friends, my daughter's a presenter. I train her just like I do everybody else. She got her first presenter the other day. It's been actually one of her very good customers through school. She met her through school. She graduated last June, so she's been in college. So she started this because she wanted to earn extra money in college. Great place to meet people. And the customer ended up signing up. And my daughter was just like, she's going to be really good. She's a go-getter. And I said, oh my gosh, she really will be, because I do know that the girl is very, very driven. She was top in her class. She's not afraid to approach people. And it kind of got my own wheels thinking that you don't always have to be the top salesperson yourself. Yes, you have to sell to get out there and meet people, get new customers, and grow your own company, because that you cannot grow a company without selling some product yourself. Because I was selling $3,000 a month before I hit black, because that's how I was meeting new presenters. So you always have to be selling. But I was thinking, because Haley said to me, I'm just not that great of a salesperson. I'm like, well, stop telling yourself that, number one. Number two, everybody wears mascara at school. Everybody wears foundation. Everybody breaks out. Sell to those girls. Get out there and talk to them. And it got me thinking, because she's never given up. And it was her first presenter. She's been in since April of last year. She turned 18 in March. And it got me thinking that she's been watching me this whole time. So people are watching you constantly. So even these people who sign up and don't do anything, they may come back. That's why we have the reactivation program going on right now. But it had me thinking that you don't always have to be the top salesperson to hit the top in this company. you have to go after motivated people. That's why we say make a list of 100 people and have your new presenters make a list of 100 people that they know or that they would like to have in this business, because those are people that you want to approach. Invite them to come hear about your opportunity. Don't be salesy. Just tell them, you know what, I think this is a great fit for me. This is what I plan on doing with it. What do I have to lose? We have no auto ships. We have no website fees. We have great training. Corporate is just unbelievable when you put Derek Maxfield's brain and his money together, like in his heart. There's just no better company to work with. And when you can really resonate that with people, I think it really hits home. And that's why I think that you can have success with no experience at all. If you really can connect to why you're doing this business and find people who need this business, even if they're a successful person. A lot of people think it's just a stay-at-home mom that we should be approaching. And I'm like, no, if you come from a corporate background and you know people that can do this business, or you want them on your team, you need to get them as a customer and then let them see what you're doing. I have so many people. I had Karen Doris who didn't want to sell mascara, wanted no part of it. She wanted to buy a couple and sell them to her friends. Perfect. I'm not going to talk you into it. She's one of my top salespeople, one of my top Black earners up in Canada. She's amazing. She actually retired from she sold her mortgage broker business, selling mascara. And I laughed about it all the time with her because I just showed her the simple steps, how to do this, $1,000. Oh, I'm not going to do that. And then she sat and she watched me for 3 months before she actually did something with the business. She would ask me, hey, what are you making? And at the time I was making like $3,000 a month. Great money. That's full-time income where I'm from. So she was just like, really? So she told her husband. So it's just, if people continuously watch you, so even if they sign up, that doesn't mean they're not going to be a rock star down the road. Some people just have a different journey than yours or mine or Sherry Brown's, anybody that you're following. So just keep that in mind and just keep that in your mind when you're signing somebody or when you sign somebody. Really listen to what they need. And don't be afraid to go after the ones that you really want in your business. Get that 100 list done. Get your new presenters to get that done, because those are people who you want to bring in the business. And always revisit that. If you get one no, you can always go back and ask again. Follow-up is huge, because just because it wasn't good right now doesn't mean it's not right in 6 months. That's a really important thing to understand. Once they are signed up, you want to help them start their launch party. I like to do Facebook groups. Videos are huge, whether you're doing a makeup video, you do your welcome video, have them invite friends to the party, you post the videos. Remember that they want to see you wearing the products. They want to see you as their salesperson wearing the products, working with them, and you want your hostess to be active in that party, your new presenter. So you want to be in there helping them with their party if they want you to help. And then remember, just help them with their posts and teach them about sharing versus selling, being excited. Again, video tutorials are really hot right now on Facebook. The more that you do, the more you're seen. You can do faces where you're doing just half of your makeup and then half of your face is naked. Those are huge because people can see the difference in your face and one eyes. Make sure that you're posting in that party daily, or you're teaching them to post in that party a couple times daily. How are you doing? You just sit down and you plan an hour party and you just do everything live, whether it's through Google, whether you're just posting video every 5-10 minutes. That way people are seeing and they can go back to that link and they can order. You can set a party up for 10 days and now you have the ability to close a party early. So if you wanted to close it, you can shut it off, teach them that, but also teach them, here's your back office, give them a couple steps. There's weekly courses that they can do. So I always tell people, go and do the courses and come back to me when you're done, week 4. And if they come back to me within 2 hours and they watch them all, then I know that they're serious about the business. So giving them a little bit of homework and letting them just give them a little bit and see what they do. Because if they're not going to do anything, you don't want to waste your time. And you'll have presenters who will sign up and they'll be honest with you and say, I don't have time to do this right now. I'm going to set my launch party for such and such a date. Then you hold them to that date. Just keep checking in with them and go from there. Because I signed somebody up before Christmas, before I went to Jamaica on vacation. And she's just starting her launch party this week. I knew that going into it, that here's my group. I want you to start reading stuff. And she has been. So keeping in contact with her, not pushing her, but letting her know that I'm here when you're ready. And again, making it personal versus just you're my business partner and you need to make me money, because that will never work. You never want to be pushy. If you sign one person on your team, you're a leader. Whether you think it or not, you have just become a leader to your team. Nothing to get scared about. We're all still learning. I've been in the business for 2 years and a couple months. I signed when the company was a year old. So I'm still learning. You know, the company's learning because we're only 3 years old. So everything we do with the best of our knowledge. But nobody knows everything. So even if you bring somebody in with 10 years experience in network marketing, our company is still new, so we're all learning. So there's nothing that you can do wrong. Find your niche, teach people to be yourself. You know, I want you to follow people, teach them to follow people, give them names of, you know, a couple of the leaders that you look up to, with the thought of watch them and learn. But once you're watching these videos, take them and make them your own. Find what's gonna brand you as a presenter, what's gonna set you apart as a leader, and starting to mark your feet in the ground, because that is what's going to make you successful when you're finding your own way. Nobody's going to be me. I'm not going to be Sherry Brown. Heck, I don't like doing videos because I critique myself too much that I waste 4 hours trying to make a perfect video, or I said something wrong, versus just being my goofy self. So it's really important to just be yourself and understand that you can mimic another leader, mimic somebody who's been successful, but also know that everybody starts the same way. I was a white presenter at one point. How I got to the top was selling, you know, $2,000 to $3,000 every single month, signing new presenters every single month. And I just kept doing it. I still am doing it because I'm still growing my top line. I'm still growing my team. I'm never going to stop, because the money, I don't want the money to stop coming or stop growing. As a leader, it's your job to also reach down into your company and help people that are just starting out underneath a first or second or third level, because you've been in the company longer. You want to be able to help them and reach down and build relationships with people coming in on your second level, on your third level. You want to do that because you also want them to know that they have more than one person to come to if they have a question and say their sponsor is not available. If I had a question, my sponsor, I went by my sponsor. So I was always reaching upline and they were reaching down helping me, because they knew that my sponsor, she's great. She's a super nice girl, but she wasn't invested in the business as I was. So I was always going, you know, onto my top level. So the girl that I always used to go to help, I'm her second level. So it's completely okay for you to reach down and to help your team. And you, as you being down further, like if my top line was getting mad because I was reaching down, I'd be like, too bad, they're on my team too. Like, I'm blunt, that's the way it is. I'm building a relationship with those people. It's very important that you have that relationship, because another thing with that is not everybody learns the same way. I can sign somebody and then I might find out down the road that we don't click as much as I thought we would. That's okay. You can choose who you work with in this business. And your downlines can choose to work with you, or they can choose not to work with you. However, you do have that opportunity to reach up, and you have the opportunity to reach down. That's what's so awesome about this business, is that the more leaders you're building, our comp plan is built so that way the deeper you're reaching and the wider you're becoming, the more successful you're going to be. Building deep and then not having the leaders spreading out isn't going to be as beneficial to you. So always be open to reaching up and reaching down in this business, because if I wasn't reaching up and helping, Nicole Smith, I am her 5th gen, helps me a ton. She's not even paid on me. She'll never be paid on me. We're paid levels deep in generation. So that's deep. I'm not even going to get that far. But she knows that if somebody was to quit up between us, she would eventually be paid on me. So that's the reason that I really believe, and in my leader group, I'm always smacking down about it, because I have people that say, well, so-and-so reached down to my team. That's your job. That's your job as a sponsor. That's your job as a leader when you're taking on a team. And these people don't belong to you. They chose to sign with you. If you're being selfish, or you're not allowing your sponsor to reach down, that's you sometimes stopping success from people, because you want people to be able to learn from more than one person. I know that Whitney, husband, is extremely intelligent, but there were some things that I couldn't learn from her because she was explaining it to me in a way that I couldn't understand. So I went above her because I was like, there's something, I get it, but I don't get it. So can you explain it to me a different way? Didn't mean that I didn't trust or not like Whitney. I just couldn't learn from her on a certain topic. So you always have to be willing, and she wasn't mad. She was like, go get the help. Like, if you can't get it from me, go get it somewhere else. So you really want to be supportive of that. So always let your new presenters know, like, I know on this team, like, if Jenny's my first level, so Jenny would be everybody's top line sponsor or leader in this group. So they have the access. Let them know that, there's Jenny and then there's Katie. So they always have somebody else to go to. If you're not available, we all take vacations. I know if I go on vacation, I put a couple people in charge of my group. I had some leaders leave this summer. They were a really big asset to my team. But I was working so deep within their team because there was so much drama all the time that I ended up building better relationships with my 3rd, 4th, and 5th levels, who are now my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Had I not been reaching out to those teams months and months prior to these guys quitting, I probably wouldn't be as close as I am with them now. So I just think that speaks volumes on the relationship that I was quietly building on the side, not behind their backs, because they knew that we talked, but they didn't realize how much we talked. But they weren't getting anything from their sponsors. It doesn't mean that they didn't get along. It's just everybody learns differently, and they always came to me for different ideas, because everybody is great at different things in this business. Not everybody is great at everything. Everybody has their own strengths. So I think that's important, reaching up and reaching down. I did the starting your party and then hopefully reaching $1,000 in the first month. Convention, I believe, is huge. I know that we announce convention every year. It's in August. So this year it's August 4th through August 6th in St. Louis. I think it's super important, and you guys have plenty of time. I know I'm telling my girls, you have time to set aside money every single month. From here on out, if you sell at least $2,000 in PRS a month, or you're building your team and they're selling and you're collecting a pink volume, you save money from that check. Just if you can get to the US and get to these events, I think it's really, really important for your business. I know it's expensive to fly all the way from the UK, but if you can buddy up with somebody, share rooms. I know there's a lot of people based in the US that share rooms, so all the expenses on you. It's such a great time. It's such a great thing for your business. Jenny, do you have anything else that you want me to cover? Or if you want to do questions and answers, I'm here for that.
Oh gosh, you've pretty much covered absolutely everything that that we talked about. I have a couple of things. Where's my other book? Sorry, I made some notes prior to the meeting. So if anyone's got any questions that they want to post, I'm just going to see if... Yeah,
if you guys have questions, you can type them in the chat box too.
Chat box, and let's open this up, because Katie's covered a lot of things, and this is a perfect opportunity for you to ask any question that you want of both Katie and myself. So the floor's yours, really. Make use of it. There's a couple of things that I wanted to bring in whilst we're waiting, that I thought I could add. Can you hear me? Sorry, I've just realised I have such a... I can hear you. Yeah, cool. I'm just trying to find my book. I've got that many notebooks here. Just bear me 1 second. While we're waiting. I can't believe nobody's got any questions at all. I refuse to believe it. Katie's typed in. So whilst we're waiting to see if anyone is thinking of a question, because sometimes it's a little bit more of a challenge when you're thinking, perhaps I should have said at the beginning, if you've got any questions as we go along, then to write them down, and then we would revisit them at the end. So apologies for, oh, here we go. Emma's got a question. I want to create a getting started checklist for my new team members to make sure that I'm consistent. Do you use anything like this?
I have not used one like this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I have not, but I know that one of my Black status leaders does, so I will get the list from her and I can post it in your group.
Okay. We've also got a new presenter group that I spoke to you about. So you're more than welcome to put them in there, because there's everything they need is in that group to get started.
Okay.
But checklist is good. So you pretty much covered with the accessory.
They're in my group, in my Lash Boss group, there's a goal sheet. And I have been having people fill that out. I believe that's still in the files. It's a goal sheet on why they started, and it kind of gives them the goals.
Okay, cool. Sarah's written something. I have a group of New Zealand ladies that have been watching videos constantly that still won't sign. Sarah, they're watching you. If they're watching videos, if they're communicating with you and connecting with you, they're watching. So give them something to watch is what I say. I know there are a lot of people watching, all of us, all of the time. People send me messages and ask me questions and just dip in and like my posts. So I know they're watching, and I know that they'll come. I've got 5 ladies who I'm speaking to who I've never pitched my business to. I've never spoken to them. They're just on my friends on Facebook. And all 5 of them in the last couple of weeks have approached me to ask me about the business. So I am drip feeding them stuff. I'm not vomiting the opportunity all over them. So they've been watching for a significant amount of time. I mean, one of them I've been friends with for over 12 months. So they're watching. So your ladies in New Zealand are watching you. So just make sure you're consistent with your posting every day. You post your lifestyle post, you post your opportunity, and you just you post your product, so you're an ambassador of your product, and just do that every day and be consistent, and they will.
And I think, and I heard this from the Australian corporate rep, Larissa, and I think it's in the New Zealand people's nature to be hesitant with network marketing to begin with. I think that they do sit back and watch. I would come out, I guess, if you have a relationship with them. If not, try to build the relationship a little bit tighter. And then just flat out ask them, you've been interested, what's stopping you from signing? What's stopping you from investing in yourself, and, finding out what their why could be, and then making it personal. Because when you make it personal about like what's stopping them from doing that, what do they have to lose? You're getting, $250 worth of makeup, no auto ships, no website fees, you get free training. I would kind of like throw it on them, like what's stopping you from signing? What's stopping you from investing in your future, and go from there. Does that make sense?
Would you suggest putting a pack together for interested prospects? Sam, can you see that question, Katie?
Yeah, I've never been. Here's my thought with that is I always just
complicated.
I think the less complicated you make it, the better. I've never printed a thing off the website unless I was taking it to my tax accountant. I have literally done everything, and I know that not everybody wants to build their business on Facebook, but I find if you were approached with a big packet of information and you were approached with a ton of verbiage, just speaking, would that overwhelm you? Would you want to just, I don't know if you work or if you stay at home, but as a stay-at-home mom myself, I wouldn't want to be approached with information like that, because number one, I'm probably going to come home, toss it on my counter and lose it, or I'll never look at it again. So I feel like it can be a waste, unless that's how you feel comfortable and you're having an opportunity meeting and you want them to have something in their hand. I wouldn't spend a ton of money investing in packets, because everything that we have is already on the website. They can go to look at the join section and read everything about that company. So people are going to more or less scan the website before they're going to look at a piece of paper. You're going to maybe have some people that want to look at a piece of paper or information. I don't personally feel like that's where I would invest a lot of my time, unless you're doing a vendor show. Then you by all means give out blitz cards or your business cards so people remember that. But there's so many people don't go anywhere without their cell phones. I would more or less do the red stamp so they can remember you that way. I just feel like posting a bunch of literature will bore people. That's my personal opinion. It's just something I've never seen overly useful in this company, just because we're so social media based, if that makes sense. Where Avon was always, they're very magazine based, where our whole entire website is on the computer. We do have magazines to give out to people. I just feel like I've maybe given out 2 full packets of magazines my entire business in 2 years. So I'm not even a huge purchaser of the magazines or of the catalogs. I buy them because they're new and I want to keep them, and I hand some out. But if you're not doing a ton of home parties, I wouldn't invest a ton of money in literature like that. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think that pretty much covered. Kerry's asked a question, is there a short video? Yes, there is. If you go onto the Unique web YouTube channel, I can't think of the word then, Unique YouTube channel, there is a video called The Unique Experience. It's in 5 or 6 different languages. You scroll right down and you'll find the UK one. But like I said, there were different languages. It's about 4 minutes 53. It's the one that Derek and Melanie do. It's the latest one. There was one before that called Join the Movement that you can send out to prospects when you're initially speaking to them. So that is available. It's on YouTube. If you type in Unique Products in the Unique channel, you'll find it in there.
Okay.
I'll post it in if I get a chance, I'll post it in the group, but if I don't, that's where you'll find it.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, have you got any more questions? I can't see. I'm just making sure we haven't missed any.
I think that's it.
I think that might be it. No, I'm scrolling down on that now. Yeah, I think that may well be it. And there's just 2 things that I wanted to mention. I don't know if anybody listened to Eric Warre, the Supercharge Your Business for 2016. But there was a couple of things that I pulled from that. There's lots and lots more because the video went on for quite a while. And I've only actually listened to half of it so far. But there was a couple of things that I thought was really important that I think most of us do. But I just wanted to reiterate the fact that the stuff that we say, that you'll see that Katie and I will say literally every day, is we talk about consistency. And consistency is key. It is so important because if people are watching you, that's the first thing. If people are watching you, they want to know that you're going to be around. So if you post a couple of posts today and post nothing again until Thursday, and then pop up again in a couple of weeks, that's not consistent, and that's not going to give anybody any faith that you're going to be around if they sign up and they want to ask you a question. So being consistent is really, really key, and also being an ambassador of the company. If you're in Unique, and whether you want, like Kate said, whether you want to make a couple of £100 a month, or you want to earn a lot of money. The opportunity is there for everybody. You just decide what it is you want to do with it. You need to be. There's a few things you need to do every day. And I uploaded a daily method of operation into the group. Only sort of a few steps. I think it was nine steps. That if you do these things consistently, your business will grow. But just from the Eric Warre point of view, I just wanted to break that down even a little bit more, because it just made so much sense. And it was 2 things. It was consistency, being an ambassador of your products. So use your products every day and show people that you're using those products every day. Because I know one of the things and one of the reasons why people don't buy from you is if they don't see you're wearing them. If you don't believe in the products enough to invest in them and wear them yourself, then the message you're giving out to people is that you don't believe in them. Even if you do, your actions speak louder than words. So, use the product, take a picture, like Katie said, do half your face, do one eye, just show your lip gloss. I mean, I posted a picture tonight about my lip gloss, and I've sold 3 this evening. It's not even a visible colour. It's Lucky, which is actually quite a nude for me because of my skin tone, but I've sold 3 this evening purely from posting a picture. So people, and I've used that lip gloss loads and loads of times, but I've never said what it is. So people have seen it tonight, they've seen me in it, and they've now got the confidence to buy it. So you have to be an ambassador of what you do, and you have to be consistent in sharing and not selling. And that's that whole sharing versus selling. Just show a picture of yourself and what it is you're wearing. So you don't have to be selling and pushing it down people's throats. You just need to be in it.
I posted a Matt Morris video in my Lash Boss group today, and his word was consistency, and that's a very good 16-minute video. You can scroll, I think, past the first 4 minutes of it, and then he gets into talking about consistency in business, and when you're consistent, things just happen. And it was really eye-opening the way he had said stuff. And I think the Eric Worre link is still good until tonight, my time. Yeah. So you have some more time if you can watch it before you go to bed tonight. Just listen to it, put your earbuds on and listen to it. I think it's a really great link to listen to if you want to recharge your business.
It is. I listened to it. It was just, I've got, it's still up on my, it's not up on my screen because I've closed it down, but it's, it just, you think and that's the thing, you've got to commit to learning because you think you know something, and you might have learned it and know it when you first listen to it, if that makes sense. And then after a period of time, you forget. We get lots of new information comes in and we forget. And you think you're doing something the right way, but you might just have changed it and tweaked it and made it more complicated than it needs to be. Sometimes you just need to re-listen to these things and bring it back and chop away the stuff that you've added. Unconsciously, you might have added a few things to make it more complicated. Just keep it simple. Go back to basics and keep it simple.
And I do think keeping it simple, I think a lot of people, when we say literally, like when I say I was selling $3,000 a month, that's what I was told to do by my sponsors. I wasn't out recreating the wheel. The system is very simple. You sell, you sponsor, and you book parties. And you do that repetitively until you get to where you want to be. That's all we do. Even as top leaders, that's what we're still doing. We're not out there recreating something that we think is going to make it easier, because this business is very duplicatable by just selling and sponsoring. So that's what we do over and over and over, and sharing the opportunity with people.
Which is absolutely right. And then the other thing I just wanted to quickly cover, because we don't have any more questions, is, and if you listen to the Eric Worre video, the Supercharged Business 2016, you will get the fuller picture of what I've just covered. But if you don't, the other thing that I think is really, really important, and I know Emma, who's on the call tonight, is going to cover time management in our training. That's the topic that she'll be covering for us on the 31st of January. But time management, this little section is only a couple of things I'm going to mention. Is to treat your business like you will have heard, and I will have said this because it's what I've heard, and so I'm just putting it out there and telling you what I've heard. I've heard the saying time and time again, is treat your business like a business, and it will pay you like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby. So, and that said, that is absolutely fantastic. But Eric Worre said something to me, to the 50,000 other people that have listened on his call on Saturday, is treat it like a business, but actually go one step further than that and treat it like a job. And because sometimes when we treat it as a business, it means that we can take time off as and when we feel like it. Whereas if you're in a job, treat it as though if you didn't show up for work on that day, on a particular day, you would either be warned by your manager, warned by your supervisor. So there'd be a consequence for you not being there. And if you continually, repeatedly didn't show up for your job, you would be sacked. So treat your business as if it is your job or whether it's full-time or part-time, treat it like that. So set some particular hours, and I'm not saying you have to set an 8-hour day or 12 hours. I'm not saying that for 1 minute. If you want to put it into 15-minute slots or 1 hour slots or 30-minute slots, do that, but do it. Make sure you're consistent and you put some time into your business every day. I think he said something like 40 15-minute slots in a month will give you 10 hours. Which is, if you work in your business part-time, 10 hours can give you a really good income if that's what you want. So set yourself some hours, set yourself some time, and work your business as if it's your job. Because that way, if you are, it says something like, some people will say to you and proudly say to you, I have never taken a day sick off my job in 10, 15, 20 years there. I'm always there, but I've got a cold, my stomach's hurting, a migraine. I turn up every day for my job. But when they start their business and they're working from home, something gets in the way and they take the day off. Don't do that, because if you want to be consistent and get to the top and be successful, whether you want to get to the top or you just want to earn a particular amount of money, you need to treat your business with the respect it deserves. That's Casey.
Yeah, to add to that, one thing that treating it like it's a job. If you were at a workplace, are you able to answer calls from your cell phone just because you're working for yourself? Doesn't mean that you can take a call from your husband or your kids constantly, or you're texting all the time. Make the time, and I'm not saying you can never answer your phone. I mean, it's your business, you do what you want. But I must say, I have to shut my volume off my phone because I hear it ding all the time, and I'm always wanting to look at it. So it's a mind game of training your mind this is a job. And I tell people, if you can only put in 2 hours a week for your unique business, you make sure that those 2 hours are 120% working on your business. That you're not sitting at the computer watching videos. You want to be contacting new customers, new clients, new prospects. You don't want to be watching a video. You want to be doing income producing activities in those 2 hours that you can spend. So whatever time you're setting aside to work this part-time, you make sure that it's 100%. Don't answer a text message. That that hour that you're spending can be golden, even if it's only an hour a night or a half hour a night. Just like I was telling my college age daughter and her friend who just signed up. Yes, I understand that school work is that, but when you set aside time to work your business, shut everything else out, work your business, schedule your post, and then go about your business. Make sure that your time is just efficient, because if you are distracted, it's not, you sitting down here scrolling through your news feed on Facebook is not income producing activities. It's not going to build your business. You need to be finding new people.
Exactly. So that little bit is what I got. There's a lot more. I really would suggest that you make the time to listen to it. Like Katie says, the link is good. I had posted it into the group. I think I posted it on Saturday, or might have been yesterday, whenever I posted it. It's there for you, to help you. Eric Warre is he is the man in network marketing, certainly right up there in terms of trainers and giving value back to you. So it's free. It's a free resource. He's giving 10 strategies, gives an extra one just because he can, which will absolutely help your business. So okay. That's it. That's all from me. Katie, have you got anything else you want to add?
I think I'm good. If you guys have questions, you can message me or tag me on the group page. That's fine. Don't be afraid to reach out. I'm always here to answer questions.
Yeah, you are in my group. You always have been.
Yeah.
So if you got a message, like say Casey just said, you can tag her in the group. If there's anything that you need, that's absolutely fine. There's no problem at all.
That's good.
Cool. Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much. We've managed to keep it quite tight.
Yeah, we did.
We've done good. So thank you for your time. Thank you. We'll talk in a little while, and have a good night, and we'll speak to you all soon.
You too. Good night.
Night.
Bye.